Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I so appreciate the positive response you all gave me for the palettes I am not panning in a 2018 video that I originally filmed with terrible lighting, no less. And I told you guys I was maybe going to be doing another version of it, and today I bring you two more palettes that I had pulled out that I have kind of sort of tested and gone through and decided that they're just not worthy for me to pan in the year 2018. So let's go ahead and talk about that. The first is my Too Faced Natural Eyes Neutral Eye Shadow Collection. This was a replacement. They discontinued the original Natural Eyes, which had different shadows in it, and then came out with this in a metal packaging, which I picked up. It is very neutral and very basic. When I went through and swatched this, I found that this color I absolutely hated. It was just chunky gold glitter in a brown shadow, and it just wasn't gonna work for me. I really like this palette, and I figured like, oh, it could be really nice for me to pan. But for some reason, every time I've like tried to get myself to use this, I'm always kind of like, oh, I don't really like want to use it. Like I'm just not very inspired by it. Maybe because it is got a lot of brown in it, and I haven't really been so in love with brown eyeshadows lately. I don't know what it is. Maybe because for the past year I've been mostly using like pink tone and blush tone shades, that these haven't really been calling to me as much. And so I just figured, even though it seems totally feasible to be able to pan this entirely, I'm just not super passionate about it. And I know that the only way I'm gonna be able to get through a palette is if I really am compelled to want to use it. And this puppy just isn't doing it for me. I don't necessarily want to get rid of it. I'm definitely adding this like cream shade to my list of shadows to come to pan when I'm looking to do more cream shades. But I feel like this is one of those palettes that I'll be more compelled to want to pan once I start using it a bit more and have some pan showing on some of the actual shadows. But for now, I'm just kind of like, I'm not really feeling it. The second palette that I have is the Naked 2 from Urban Decay. This was the first high-end palette that I ever purchased. It was something where I just like heard about it and saw it at the store at Sephora and decided that I really wanted to get it. And I have used this palette a ton, but you can't really see a whole lot of usage, mostly because for me with Urban Decay, these are so pigmented. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it takes so little shadow to like produce any color on my face that I can probably work on this for 2 years and probably wouldn't pan it. So one thing is I don't feel a lot of self-confidence because I just don't have much usage showing on this. And the second thing is this to me pulls as a really dark palette, and historically I've only used this when I was like going out or doing something at night. So I think I mostly associate this palette as being like a nighttime palette, and I'm kind of fearful of being able to pull off looks that I think are school appropriate. I definitely am someone who doesn't, play my makeup super conservatively, but I also don't have really dark shadows on my eyes when I go to school. I just don't feel like that's the most appropriate for me when working with high school students. So I don't know, I've really been trying to use this, and I just feel like it would be unrealistic for me to be able to pan this and for me to feel like I can use enough differentiated looks so I'm not constantly getting all of this darkness. So even though I love this palette and I do want to make it a point to use it more often, I just don't think it's going to be a palette I'm going to pan in 2018. But I've greatly enjoyed doing this little mini series, and I really appreciate you guys liking it too. If you do a video like this, please let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you have ruled out for panning for 2018. But that is it for me. I'll talk to you in my next video real soon. Bye.